Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome back to the eighth episode of Cricketing Blues. I'm back here today and talk about women's cricket again. Gone are the days when women cricket was considered to be futile, when readership and viewership of their matches were abysmally low, when board's assistants were the sole indicator of their success, when broadcasters were reluctant to telecast matches, and when they struggled to stamp their authority in male-dominated game. Everyone earlier had an impression that women's cricket is less competitive or there is no such things as sledging in the women's game. Both notions can be shot down pretty quickly. Women's cricket at the elite level is as fierce as any sporting contest, and sledging even is the harshest sense of the word. It does exist in women's cricket to a degree, as does gamesmanship. Lots and lots has changed of late. ICC decision to broadcast and live stream ODI World Cup across 139 countries to grow global interest in women's cricket was a big stage. As I mentioned in the fifth episode of Cricketing Blues, that this is the time to give women's cricket its due. Keeping that in mind, today we will travel all the way to Northern Europe's Scandinavian nation, Sweden, and talk with two women cricketers from Sweden, Gunjan Shukla, all rounder and captain of Sweden women's team, as well as Neeha Kayani, who is an opening bowler for Sweden's women's team as well. Let's talk about something in Sweden, and that is to cricket. Stockholm's Academic Cricket Society, SACS, cricket has been the driving force behind girls' cricket in Stockholm since they started with the girls' women's team in few years back. Over the last few years, cricket has grown rapidly in Stockholm, Sweden, and the sport actually gained official recognition in Sweden in 2015. When cricket was accepted by Swedish Sports Confederation, SAC Cricket has taken it as a challenge to get more and more women and girls to play cricket. But the growth has been lagging behind that of the men's side. That is very unfortunate. Ahead in our chat, we will also talk with Benedict Chambers, who was a chairman of Stockholm's Academic Cricket Society, SACS, who is actively spreading cricket in Sweden and increasing participation of women in cricket and also sports. So now, let's not waste any further time and introduce tonight's guest. Our first guest is Gunjan Shukla. She is 33 and from India. She moved to Stockholm, Sweden in 2013 and currently working as a quality analyst engineer at Quinix AB and also holds a double master degree, MTech and MBA in IT. She is an all-rounder, a captain for Sweden national team, a top order batter, and a left-arm opening bowler for DIF Cricket Club in Stockholm. She also captained many indoors tournaments, and Sweden emerged as a winner of indoor tournaments hosted in Finland and Norway. She also holds the board member position of the club. She was also a captain of men's team, guys. You all can hear me. Let me repeat it again. She was also a captain of men's team for 2 years in her club. She loved cooking Indian food and meeting new friends and people. Our second guest for tonight is Neeha Kayani. She is 27, born and brought up in Stockholm. So she is a Swedish. And she is currently studying pharmacy and working as a technician with non-prescripted medication. She is a bowling all-rounder, right-arm medium pace, right-hand middle order batter. She is also part of women's national team. She loves cricket-related work on her free time, working with the disciplinary committee, coaching cricket to kids. At the club level, she manages girls' team, training their bookings, and keep them updated with the proper information and important information which is currently going on in Sweden. She works part-time as a henna artist who is an interested and good at makeup and enjoy swimming. Apologies. Without wasting a time, let's welcome both of them.
Hello, Irfan.
Hi Gunjan, hi Neha. Good evening and welcome to our show. Hope you
Thank you.
both are doing well.
Thank you so much for inviting us. It's really good opportunity for us to showcase Sweden cricket, how it's growing in ladies.
Pleasure is all mine. So Neha, hi, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. So we are interested today to hear about Sweden cricket. Should I start firing questions on your way?
Yeah, sure.
Looks like there is some disturbance as well. Let's start with first question. Uh, let's start with your journey. Tell us something about it. Why cricket?
You want me to start?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. If I talk about my journey in cricket, it's a huge journey if I compare because I started cricket almost like when I was a child, and it's a huge involvement from my parents, especially my siblings and my father. They supported me really well because they have that thinking that any sport is not a gender specific. You should try and go out and play every sport because this is how we will change the view of other people as well. So
True.
I have never played cricket like on any basis or state level, but I used to play gully cricket with my brother and sisters, and that's how I know about cricket. And we watch match together, and we just enjoy it. Nothing like on professional level. And later on, after marriage, when I moved to Sweden, my husband knows how much I like cricket. I used to watch like a World Cup because there was a timing difference. I wake up early in the morning, 3 a.m., and watch the
Yeah,
matches. So he
true.
know how much I love cricket. So he proposed me that if you want to play, you can come and join me after office hours with my friends on Fridays. I said, why not?
That's great.
And then we played together, but that too with a tennis ball. And one day he came and showed me like one pamphlet that there is one club and they are looking for the women's cricket. Would you like to join that? And I said, yeah, why not? Of course. So we head towards that club, and that is like Saks, you all know. And the first time there, I met Benedict, Shazib, and David. David is currently our ladies team national team coach, but I was
Okay.
not aware regarding him that time. And later on, when they just gave me that hard ball and told me that would you like to try it, and it's like a surprise for me because I have never played with hard ball. But they encouraged me. I tried the bowling, and they were impressed. And then they proposed that you can continue, come with us on the trainings. And I joined their trainings, and then they proposed me until and unless you are not having women's team, it's good and fun to join us in the men's team. And that is a turning point for me. So they gave me that encouragement, that confidence. They involved me in all the format of the games. It's not just like a division 3 or division 2. They offered me like all the league matches, main matches, and I performed, and I grow from there because you learn a lot when you have better players in your team. And that is,
Definitely.
yes, and that is the best track for me to learn from them. And apart from that, I just want to mention it's not like this club handles only your cricket skills. When I joined this club, I was having a kid who is just 8 years old. So I used
Okay.
to carry him with me, and my husband used to carry him with us during the matches. And they have to wait outside the fencing line for like 4 hours. They just
Okay.
waiting for me once I am
Yeah.
done. So that time, club members and my team members, they really take care of my kid and my husband. So that is like we create a bond of trust, and that's grow with the time. And right
True.
now, I feel like that I'm part of a family rather than a club. So
That's true. Definitely. We should thank your husband that he actually thought that you can play cricket as well. Correct. So that's a
yeah,
great
exactly.
support.
And my in-laws also because they supported me when my husband told them that there is a club and Gunjan wants to play with men's. They were really happy, and it's like a bonus for me because when you have support from family, you achieve better results.
Definitely. Definitely. That's true. Let's go to Neha and check with her how her journey started. So Neha, can you tell us?
Yeah, for me, it started in school because we had certain sports that we could play and participate on. So I have tried basketball, I've tried badminton, but I never really stepped on that. So it was just some fun games you could do during the school and after.
Yeah.
But then I started developing interest in swimming. So my dad helped me with that. And then he also plays a big role in developing the interest in cricket as he were currently playing and he has been playing since like 90s. So he's a butler
Yeah.
also. And he always used
Okay.
to come home and like talk about the matches and their travel and everything and like the trophies, and they used to
Okay.
share that. So we started developing that interest together, and then we watched the matches. And I never thought that I would start playing. So until I came across it on social media, I have a friend who I like talk to usually, on Facebook, like we used to comment on different matches and watch together online. And then I realized there were trainings here in Sweden, but I hesitated to go because I was afraid. I didn't want to go alone. So
Okay.
we gathered like some friends, and then we started going to the trainings. After that, I was stuck because we had really good environment. Gunjan was there also. I have other friends who joined me to trainings, and then because of it was fun and we were currently like developing all the time, it made us
Yeah.
like stick there.
Okay, that's a great story. Neha, would you mind taking your phone and rejoining the session because there are a lot of echo from your phone. So we'll wait for you. Join from any other room or where you can have a proper connection because there is a lot of disturbance from your end.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Hi guys, so sorry. There was some disturbance from Neha's phone. We will wait for her to join again. Uh, So meanwhile, we'll continue with Gunjan.
Yeah.
So Gunjan, let's go to our second question. Tell us something about women cricket in Sweden. How supportive is Swedish Cricket Federation in terms of encouraging and providing support to women's cricket?
Okay, if I talk about today, yeah,
Yeah,
actually it's growing, it enhancing, because if I talk about my experience, like 3 years back, we were
yeah.
struggling to have it like a proper girls team. There is not that much interest from the other clubs, and
Okay,
we have only our club which was doing that.
okay.
But currently, as we managed to have few teams and we are playing good tournaments, and now we are getting support from Swedish Cricket Federation for women's as well, and they are giving us so much good facilities, tournaments, and sometimes like national training camps. So yeah, we are emerging in a good way.
So do you know anything about Thailand cricket? Have you heard that they were the first associate nation and they have played this year debuted in World Cup T20 for women's
Yes,
cricket?
and yes, definitely. And I have read so much about that, and I'm happy and I'm so proud that women are growing all over the world. And if they can make it, then definitely we are following them. And I was about to
Definitely.
ask you that we need some like tricks and what kind of training sessions they have within their team, how they are looking forward for their further sessions. So we can share that later on. But yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
definitely.
there examples for other ladies and the other nations which are struggling with women's cricket.
True. Let me tell you one thing, very fancy thing. The women cricket in Thailand, they actually have a they are very professional. Like as we can say that we all are here, we work as well as we play. We are semi-professional cricketers, but they are taking up the challenge and they are doing the all the training session and everything professionally, and they keep them involved in the game of cricket. They keep on pushing themselves hard so that they
Mhm.
can achieve some goals. So do you think it's in sooner or later Swedish Cricket Federation also would like to force you guys to have a um, permanent and fully professional cricket for promoting cricket in women's cricket in Sweden?
Yeah, definitely. As you can see, and we are aware that Jonty Rhodes will be joining us soon. So you know
Yeah,
he's how tough he is. So that is like a way to us, and how we can figure out that how much we need to work with our skills. And definitely we need to have proper sessions like fitness. Everything need to be taken into consideration, and we need
yes,
support from British Federation as well for that. But I just want
sure.
to underline that yeah, we are already onto that path, and our club is doing the same thing. For example, we are having regular training sessions every weekend, and girls are showing up now because of these
Great.
achievements which we achieved in the past. And before tournament they are so serious, then they are looking forward, can we have like more training sessions rather than just one? So they are
Yeah,
working, and we are following the footsteps of Thailand team. Definitely we
true,
will
true.
look.
Great. Neha, would you want to add something like about how supportive is Swedish Cricket Federation in terms of encouraging and providing support to all of you girls who are playing cricket in Thailand? Sorry, in Sweden.
Yeah, they have supported us a lot lately. Once they got involved, they planned fitness training for us. So
Yeah,
we had a place where we all could go, and we had to test ourselves, like the strength, the everything. They had the result for us, and then we got the feedback on how well we were doing, and then they always checked like our development on that. So you had to set like a certain goal for yourself, and that
True.
helped a lot.
That's
So
great.
that's really, that's
Great
really
to hear
important.
that. Great to hear that Sweden Cricket is backing all of you girls, and they are giving all the supports as what they can, so that you guys can make a mark in the world cricket as well. Great to hear that. So let's go to our third question. So we would like to start with Neha as she joined fresh again. So what has cricket taught you both? Let's start with you. What has cricket added to your life, Neha?
Mainly handling pressure and stress,
Great.
because
True.
when you come in that environment, like during a match, the crowd, the energy, like it's so loud and it's so
Yeah.
energetic, and then you really have to stay focused. Like it's not that much of a sledging when you
Yeah.
compare to the men's, but it's
Yeah.
still there. So you have to
True.
focus on like, if I'm doing the bowling, I have to focus on what I'm doing and not think about like what other people are saying or doing. So,
True.
and in that case, we get help from our teammates, from our captains. They always come and support us. If you do like something that was not that good, they come and like they support you, and then you do better next time. So
So great to hear that. So what exactly cricket bring into your life is like handling pressure, how you can handle pressure, correct?
yeah, and then being more expressive.
True. True.
For a person like me who weren't that much expressive, didn't like to talk much or interact with people, now it feels like I'm able to express myself. I'm able
Yeah.
to like be more confident, because
True.
when you have new goals, you try out new things, and then it gives you some motivation and some confidence.
True. Definitely. Gunjan, what you would like to say on this question, like what has actually cricket taught you, like added or something added in your life?
Yes, I have so many points, but I will just I will just try to wrap it up in a few points. For example,
Sure.
cricket is like a team sport, correct? So basic
Correct.
first thing what I learned is like a teamwork. Because when I play
True.
with men's or women's, I have seen so many variations how we play as a team rather than just an individual player. Because
True.
sometimes we think that these are our main batsmen and these are our bowlers, but someday if they don't perform, that time it's your team who supports you, and
True.
something unpredictable comes out from the box. So that is
True.
what I learned from girls team especially, because we are having so much young talent and they are performing and increasing, and that's what I'm proud to say and share, that I'm learning from that, how to handle
True.
the pressure situation, channelizing your anger. These are the basic things which we should learn day by day, game by game. Other than that,
True.
what I personally think, dedication. Because if you're dedicated for something, you try to put your efforts in a wrong way, not in like I'm going for the training, just 2 hours training, I'm not doing anything. So I would like to thank my coach. He planned sessions for us. We are dedicated, we know why we are here, what we need to achieve, what are our goals. So dedication is the key. Other than that, it's like age is just a number. We have few players, like age doesn't resist them to perform.
Okay.
They
True.
are
True.
coming, they have that feeling. And best example, I must say, that in men's team, Benedict, whenever I see him when he is playing, it's like pleasure to watch how he hold the catches, techniques, everything, and his bowling perfectly fine. And in girls, we have like one new player who joined us this year itself. It's a Surya from India, and she's struggling with her fitness, but still, that's the dedication, and she is proving to be like the best bowler for our squad. So these are the few things which I just want to mention. And other than that, like never give up. In cricket,
True.
you can't never give up until last ball. And that
True.
also
True.
we have seen in a few of our players, like youngsters, they don't know about cricket. But when
Yes.
they are in the team, they learn from us so quickly and they try to uh, initiate from their end. And that's what
Yeah.
pleasure to see as a captain, that you don't have to go and tell them on each and every ball what you need to do. They are so quick and adaptive that it's just pleasure to have them. Yeah.
True. I also would like to ask you one point. In your introduction, I also mentioned that when I was talking to you about an interview preparation and everything, you also mentioned that you were a part of men's cricket team.
Yeah.
How was it? Like, might be Neha also is a part of men's cricket team to make your game up, other to make your game standard up. Might be federation board has like they are insisting you to play with the men's team. Is it something like that, or you guys, you both love to play with men's team so that you can learn new things, and what all things actually? Do you want to tell us something?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't know whether there is any rule defined by like Studies Federation. I would like to
Yeah,
give credit to my club. They were the one who started with this, like we should go for the mixed team so that if you will play, more women will see you and they will join. So it's the basic step which my club particularly sucks. They initiated this and
wow,
it worked for us because after me there are so many players who joined. Like if I mentioned Catherine, she is from UK. She joined us, Anzi, and then Neha, Meg. We are having so many girls because then they know what they are lacking, what they need to improve. And
true.
I must say that our men's team are so supportive. Even if we misfield or miss the catches or we can't even bat, they always support us. It's okay. It's just a one game. You will get more games, and in the next game you will definitely improve. So I
That's a
think
great thing.
key factor. Yeah, you should play with men's. You will get more exposure, you will get to know more things, how they place the field, how they interact with each other, and what is like basically running between the wickets, because in
True.
women we are not that comfortable, but when you see the men's, because they have much more experience in games. So yeah,
Yes.
definitely, I must say that every country who is emerging or struggling with this, they should have this notion that there should be a mixed team.
True, true, true. Definitely. Neha, would you like to add something on it?
Yeah, whenever you put yourself outside your comfort zone, that's where you grow, basically. So,
True.
and that's exactly what we did. She has been playing like with the men's, and she has been like a good role model for all of us. So
Yes.
she always come back and encourage us, like you should try this and you should try this. Benedict and Shadib and the other ones in our club, they also tell us that there's like friendlies and league games going on, and you should go and try. It's okay. So they always like push us to do more.
That's a lovely thing we have heard from both of you. That's definitely going to help the women cricketers so that they can step up their game and they come back strongly when they play better sides against like might be associate nations who are playing upper division leagues. So that's great point to understand. My next question for both of you: as a women cricketer, what sacrifices you both had to make, and tell us about your struggles. You can go one by one.
Neha, would you like to start?
I can start with this.
Yeah,
So sacrifice, it's I would say basically family
true,
time and friends. Like
absolutely.
I used to complain when I was like a child that my dad always plays cricket and he's going to the matches, and now like when I'm in the same spot, I realize like why it has to be that one, because we travel, we have training, we have matches, and I need to be out like with my teammates to practice with them, to have meetings, to plan. So it takes a lot of time. And then I'm studying, working at the same time. So you have to take away that time.
Yeah, definitely. Best thing you have mentioned, the time management is the big factor. It's very difficult when you have family. Let me give you an example of what happened today. I went to play a cricket match. The ground is around 100 kilometers far from Bangkok. And we went over there. We reached in 1.5 hours, played for the 20 overs game, came back. And when I came back at 3 o'clock, I had to take my family out for they wanted to go to visit some places and also shopping and all. I came back at 6, and then I'm taking an interview of you guys. So it's very difficult when you have family and when you have to play cricket at the same time. I truly relate to that. Gunjan, what you would like to add on this?
Yeah, I think Neha already mentioned, like managing your time between family and friends, it's really difficult because if you're working also and you have kids at home, then there is a lot of responsibility on you. So I would like to thank my husband for that. He manages every weekend without me and raising my child. So it's like plus point for me. And I
Yeah,
hope the future generation also understand this point, like if your partner is looking for something, then you need support from your family as well. So sometimes it's
true.
very difficult. For example, if I'm having a league men's match or like a tournament with girls, then that time I have to leave my kid, and I'm leaving him since like 8 months. So it's just because of my husband. Otherwise, before I used to like have a guilt factor that why I'm doing this, I'm not loyal towards my family, but my family is so supportive. They just came out and talked to me that it's okay. It's like the responsibility of both of you and you both can enjoy that, and that's how we are balancing. But yes, we have to manage our skills and times simultaneously. and it's really
Definitely.
difficult sometimes because
Very
most of
difficult.
the time we are done by our matches around 8, and when we come back it's already 9. So after that, if somebody told you you have to cook, then you can't, right? So that time
Yeah,
you need
definitely.
support from the partner, and that's what I'm getting. So let's hope for the others as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's a big point you mentioned. There are a lot of comments from our viewers. So let me you can you guys clarify on one of the question I have just received from Anirban. Anirban is asking questions to Gunjan and Neha. Are you aware of Irfan's match-winning inning of 80 today? Did I guys mention to you?
No.
No.
Thank you so
Well,
much for clearing the air. So, Anirban, hope you have received the answer from both of them. Uh, let me keep on taking some questions as we keep on getting them. So, before I take the questions from all of our viewers, I would like to go ahead with the script and will ask you another question of mine. How do you both would describe cricket to someone who knows little about it, and when trying to convince them to try the sport out, because I know Sweden, there is the cricket is not that much promoted right now, and you guys are doing a lot to promote the game of cricket. So how would you describe cricket to someone who knows little about it?
yeah, if I talk about how I explain, normally people who ask question, they already googled it and then they got confused. It's a 5 day sport, how you guys play that? And then I have
Yes,
to convince them it's not like that, it's just your interest. So I convince them
true.
in my office only, like I just want to see how you are good at targeting or catching or like just saving runs. And they said what? I said let's have demo, and then I just show them that you have to hit how hard you can hit, and then they take it
True.
as a challenge. And when they
Yeah,
start enjoying this, then I slowly try to explain them. See, these are the rules. It's very simple. You should be good at hitting or
yeah.
catching or bowling. That's all. I don't explain with like whole rules, otherwise they will just run away.
Ran away. So once they get into the game, once they start doing something, you guys make them comfortable by telling the quick rules and everything, correct?
Yeah,
That's
that's how
that's great
I
thing.
do it. Because normally when they came to know that yeah, I play for a men's team or girls team, they are excited. They just come back to me and they say we have Google cricket, and but it looks
Yeah.
so complicated. Then I agree with them on the first thing. Yeah, you are right. It's complicated, but we can understand in a like a smaller scale rather than going for a larger, broader meaning. And then they agree. Okay, let's try after like fika. We have fika thing in Sweden, that like a
Okay.
coffee break. It's like a coffee break between your working hours. So we sit together on a table, and then I just explain. So, cricket not only develop you as an individual, but it's like a team sport. So you can enjoy with your family and friends as well.
True.
So then they ask how we can do that. And then I slowly build upon like you can do this and that. And that's how I explain particularly because I never deal with Swedish people more rather than my office.
Great. I would definitely would like to hear the answer from Neha, because Neha is like a Swedish now, so she can throw some more light on this question. Neha, would you like to go ahead and tell us exactly how you would describe a cricket to someone who knows little about it?
Yeah, the first thing I joke about is like I always hear people say, "Oh, is this the sport that never ends? It's so many hours, so many days. We don't understand
Yeah.
anything. They just run around shouting. We don't know why."
Yeah.
So there's a sport here called ball and related to like baseball somehow. So
Yeah.
when I teach the kids, I
Yeah.
start with telling them like it's two teams. One have to score, one have to stop the score. How do you do it? So like it's a follow through.
Yeah.
So
True.
you basically convincing comes with understanding. So the more you
Yeah.
understand, the more interest you develop, and the more you want to try it out. Otherwise, like if you don't know about it, you just think it's complicated. There is no interest.
True. Definitely. Yeah. So
So you
to
have
make
to
them
make
interested.
it.
Yeah, make so explain them very simple basic stuffs, and then gradually bring them on board and start making them comfortable with the game of cricket. That's a
Yeah.
great thing to do, actually. Definitely.
Yeah, because
uh
kids like challenges. That's I know. Kids and youngsters they like challenges. You just challenge them. Can you hit this ball? And they
yeah,
everybody wants to try that.
true.
And
I have yeah, sorry,
yeah,
please go on.
creating the scenario
Yeah.
when I work with the kids, I have like a full class of kids. So
Okay.
we start by doing like some fielding practice, asking them like to catch the ball, to throw the ball, to aim, and then like slowly having some of these exercises. And then I tell them, you will play a match against your teammates. then
Yeah.
it's really fun. Like they love it. They want to have the competitive part of it.
True.
So
So, yeah, competition, once you explain them, then gradually they become familiar, they becomes comfortable, and then you gradually put the bar high so that they can
exactly.
climb that. Yeah, true. That's a great thing to do. And now I have a question from your one of your friend from Norway, Pooja Ajub. So she's asking, what do you think about playing a regular league among local clubs teams in Nordic countries, as each country does not have enough number of teams? I mean, treating all Nordic clubs as domestic cricket rather than international cricket.
What do you think about going regular league? Yeah, I
What do you
think
think? Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's good. We should start with at least playing among each other,
yeah,
and that's what. Can I get
yeah.
clear what you want to say?
She just want to ask, like, how? What do you think about playing a regular league among local clubs in Nordic countries? Like, because you
Yeah,
guys, I might be you guys don't have enough teams in your countries. So, how do you guys think about playing a regular league among local clubs?
yeah. Basically, if I talk about ladies team, we are still struggling with forming like proper 8 teams. So that's
Yeah,
why we are taking advantage of our men's team, and
yeah,
our club is supporting us with that. Yeah, but this is a good suggestion. If we can have like more teams, then definitely we are looking forward for it. But
true.
currently, I can just say that yeah, amongst men, we can do that.
Guys, what's your take on this, Neha? So
yeah, I agree
basically,
with
when you guys play, I think Nordic clubs as a domestic league, what she wants to say that when these 8 countries or all these Nordic countries get together, so make it as a domestic league rather than an international cricket, so that you guys can develop yourself.
yeah, because you have to start somewhere. So
Correct.
you set an example, you start by doing it, and then you like raise the bars each time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I agree. But regarding, in fact, we have some plans. I talked to one of the guy in HCF, like Swedish Federation, and he was looking
Yeah,
forward for such things like having Nordic tournament rather than just Sweden oriented. And
correct.
because of COVID, we couldn't do or approach them because we are not allowed to travel. But definitely,
Yes.
this is one of our future plans to have
Yeah,
this domestic Nordic tournaments among girls as well as among boys. So
true.
yeah, it's a really good question, and we are on it, most
Great.
probably.
Great to hear that. So, guys, as promised in the beginning of the chat show, it let's get Benedict Chambers online, who can give more information about women's cricket in Sweden. Uh, so let me get him online. He was in the meeting and he took out some time for this interview. So let's welcome him on the show.
Yeah. So
Hi,
sorry, I had to run
Benedict.
back in. There was an important vote, so I had to run back in, and so
No,
they
definitely, that's
just
totally fine. Welcome to Cricketing Blues. How are you today, Benedict? Looks like a stale connection here.
Cricket Federation annual general meeting. Yeah, there. Yeah, so I
Okay.
had to just leave. The building we're in is an old '80s building, so it doesn't really do well with with electronics.
Okay.
But I'm back
I
outside
understand.
now, as you can see.
By the way, Benedict, I heard that you played fencing in your career and won
Yeah,
national championship couple of time and also were a national selector of Irish team. Do you want to say something about it? Playing a fencing and now cricket? Looks like a
yeah.
stale
Yorkshire,
connection.
so I could play cricket for Yorkshire because my dad was a mad cricket lover. But growing up in Ireland, there
Okay.
wasn't that much cricket, so I became a fencer, and so
Okay.
became a international fencer. But cricket has always been there as part of my life as well. And now that I'm sort of a retired fencer, now I'm taking over more with the cricket side of my life.
That's great. So that's what I was coming into. You also played cricket and were national coach for women's team in 2016-17, and also been chairman for SACS in 2000 between 2016 to 19. So I have a couple of questions for you. Are you ready? So that all of the Sweden girls who are aspiring cricketer, they can hear and they can learn something out of it.
Yeah. No, so I mean, one of the things is being a coach or even just trying to encourage women's sports in general is really important.
Benedict, we can't hear you. Looks like you have a stale connection. Can you hear us? Looks like Benedict, internet connection looks a bit having some issues. So let's wait for him to come back. Let me So basically, let me get back on Benedict Chambers. It looks like he does not have a proper internet connection. Meanwhile, we'll go back and go ahead with an interview about. So there is a question from Neeha. Neeha, as you born and brought up in Sweden and know the language, how does it feel to be a mediator for your teammates?
Mixed here, because I always, like, I'm used to talk Swedish at home with my
Okay.
dad or with my friends at school.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
coming here, it's like I almost forgot it. When I'm talking
Okay.
with my friends, it's like I'm talking more in English.
Okay.
And then we have some Swedish teammates also. Sometimes we
Okay.
all sit together, like they see people sit together and talk like in Urdu or Hindi, and then we
Okay.
forget about them. So now it's like a fun thing for them. They don't say anything anymore. They like chalo chalo jaldi. They say some words. So we're like, oh, sorry, we forgot you. Yeah. And then I have to come in and explain. So it's like the Swedish, the English, and then the Urdu Hindi, and then there are like other accent as well. So
Yeah.
it's a bit confusing sometimes.
Okay, but you're managing so well, so that's. I think it's not that difficult for you anymore.
No,
So
it's more
let's get.
fun.
Yeah, sorry.
It's more fun
Okay, that's a
because
great thing.
you can
When
use
you take
that.
it as a fun activity, it gets better and better.
Yeah.
Okay, Benedict is back
Yeah.
again. Let me add him.
Sorry, I
Benedict,
don't know
how's
what
your
happened there.
internet
Everything
connection,
went
mate?
black. No, so
That's
what I was
okay.
saying was it was very important for us um, to help. I mean, it's also a very important question to help people who are coming in from other countries who have cricket background to have cricket there, because a
Yeah,
lot of the sports would be foreign, like ice hockey. So many people may not be, would not be brought up in that culture. And so
true.
we actually got money from the King Bowden Foundation to help
Yeah,
use cricket as a tool for helping integration of women
okay.
into Sweden. So that was also a very important part of the development for our women's cricket team as well, because
Yeah,
we were able to bring in coaches then on this funding, and then they were able then to coach. So we had Maddie was our first coach, and then Ben the year after, and I think that really helped boost the women's cricket,
wow.
at least
Okay.
in our club. Yeah.
And
So
Simon.
that's
And Simon last year, yes, sorry, I forgot.
so there are people who actually are behind the scene, and they are actually helping you guys to SACS, and they're getting the promoting the game of cricket to a wider people in Sweden as well.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the general goal. So, as you said earlier, we have been Stockholm Academical Cricket Sällskap, or the Academical Cricket Society, but now we're Djurgården,
Okay.
and Djurgården is one of the big clubs in Sweden. So they're national champions in soccer. They're also one of the best hockey teams. So now we've come into
Okay.
a bigger organization, and that is also one of our goals as well, is then to help spread cricket, and definitely women's cricket, because it's good. So one of the problems we have in Sweden is that football
Yeah.
is played at the same time as cricket, but ice hockey is, of course, a winter sport. So we get
Yeah.
many women who are coming in from ice hockey who want to try cricket
Wow.
because it's their off
Wow.
season.
That's great. So we can have dual sports women as well, correct? So they can also play cricket. They can also play ice hockey in their off season, and then off season cricket. So that's a great thing to hear about it. I have a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
So let me ask first question. Being a fencing player and now supporting women's cricket, how does this journey begin? Please share with us.
Yeah, so it begins basically by having a love of multi sports.
Okay.
I enjoy. I mean, I enjoy both sports, and also there's no real overlap. Fencing was always like the winter sport, and then cricket the summer sport. But some
Yeah,
of the things are fundamentally the same, like having balance in your feet when you're batting and fencing,
yeah,
reaction times, things like that you got from fencing helps with reaction times playing cricket.
yeah. So I heard a lot about you from Gunjan and Neeha that you are still uh, giving hard time to the men's cricketers over there in Sweden. Do you want to say something about that?
Now, I mean, it's I think it's the same everywhere where you always want to try and push everyone to be the best, and
Yes,
I think
true,
that generally comes through. That I mean, you can never rest on your laurels. You always have to, even if you win something, there's always going to be someone better than you out there. So you always have to be better than them, and that's
true.
basically the goal. I think that's one of the fun things between fencing again and cricket is fencing is
Yeah,
individual sport, but when you're like batting,
yeah,
it becomes individual sport. When you're bowling, it becomes an individual sport, but you're part of a team. And it's
true.
like pushing yourself to always be a better batsman or better bowler is very important.
True, definitely. That's a good point you mentioned. Let me come to our next question for you. What's your future plan for achieving a goal of spreading women's cricket in Sweden? Do you have something in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, so this is one of the things that we've been talking with the Swedish Cricket Federation as well. It's like how can we improve competitions, and we may
Yeah,
have to like think outside the box, like with eight-a-side games and building up the league. So building up the league is the most important, whether it's 11-side or a smaller side. It doesn't really matter
yeah,
as long as teams are playing against each other. And one of the problems we have is long winters, and maybe having more tournaments indoors during the winter. So that would
okay.
also help then the ladies get more training at least.
Yeah, true. That's a thing we need to focus more and more girls into the game of cricket. Once they get interested, once they start liking it, and then you can influence others as well from that point. That's
Yeah,
a great thing actually. Yeah.
and that's where
So
Gunjan's been a bit of a good role model as well, because she's also playing on the men's team as well. So she also gives impetus. Neha played a couple of games with the men's team this year, and so we have a couple of the ladies playing against the men. And I think probably
okay.
Gunjan's a little bit too modest, but she was the leading wicket taker in Division 3 a couple of years back as
Wow, that's
well.
so great to hear.
I'm sure she was too modest to mention that.
Okay, that's good thing to hear. Gunjan, you should have highlighted this to me. It's great to see. It's great to see that you girls are doing so well in Sweden cricket, and definitely it influence others. You guys are the role models for other women's cricketer in Sweden. So definitely, it helps a lot. As what Benedict mentioned. Benedict, I have another point for you. Any message you would like to give to all the young women cricketers in Sweden, or Gunjan or Neha?
Yeah, I mean, I think again, it's the same thing that you generally will have is like if you're beginning from the beginning, cricket
Yeah,
looks easy, but it's not, and you should
true.
just persevere with it. If I was to give a personal message to Neha, is to stop smiling when she bowls, because she always smiles, and I want her to become more evil when she bowls. Uh,
Okay. Yeah, I
that
understand.
would that would just be a personal message to me, Neha. But realizing it's not a simple sport and it will take time for you to become proficient, and it's not something you can try one summer and be good at. It's you have to try and do it over a couple of summers.
That's great. Neha, hope you had a note and you have noted this point from Benedict. Benedict is mentioning a very good point. You need to be aggressive when you play cricket. Even though, like after the game, you can go ahead and you can talk with them very comfortably and smiley face and all those stuff. But when you are inside the field, you need to be harsh and you need to be very aggressive.
He actually does that on purpose when we have the training, like outdoor in Statnet. It's a really good ground for us. We do
Yeah.
some trainings, and then the guys are coming after us. So he
Okay.
usually walks past, and then he's
Yeah.
like, "I saw you smiling. It's Gunjan in front of you. You need to be aggressive." So he always, it's like a healthy competition. So it's
That's
like
great to
really
hear
good.
that. Great to hear that. Benedict, thanks for being a part of this chat show today. Would like to catch up with you soon again. So we'll definitely get in touch base with you and we will talk more about Sweden cricket once you're back.
Yep, that would be a pleasure. Now I have to get back and do some voting.
Sure, sure. Please do that. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem. Take care, everyone.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye, Benedict. So, so Benedict has mentioned good points here, correct? So he's working hard with you guys' supports. So definitely one day you guys will have more and more cricket loving girls who come forward and take a game with you guys, and
Yeah.
you guys make a very formidable team in that sense. Okay, it was actually a great discussion with Benedict. Let's go back to our remaining questions we have for Gunjan and Neha, guys. Meanwhile, I go ahead and ask other questions. If all of our viewers they have some questions, please shoot out and we'll take up after my questions. So definitely let's move forward. Gunjan, I have a question for you. As I uh, asked the question to Neha, I would also like to ask one question, specific question for you. How you train, being a captain guy of the women's national team, how you all train and keep the motivation and interest alive for other fellow cricketers?
Yeah, if I talk about like how we trained before, we were struggling because we don't have that dedicated coach. Sometimes
True.
when it used to help us or Shazim used to help us, but we are lucky
Yeah.
now we have our dedicated own personal coach
Great.
who plan everything for us, like what drills we need to do and sessions. How, like today we will have bowling sessions for this much minute, batting session. So we were
Okay.
there just to practice. So that is the plus point for us. And regarding motivation, that is the key factor, because if you don't have motivation, you cannot perform. So what
True.
we do normally, like already I mentioned, that we always encourage women to come and participate in men's league. That is the best thing where you get motivation, because it's not just you and like your family, but all other 11 players from your team and 11 from other team. They also
True.
boost you and they feel happy that wow, woman is coming to play. Then they go back to their home, they cheer their like families, you should come and join. So that is what I find most exciting in our club, that they are motivating by giving us opportunity to play with men's as well. Other than that, like for example, newcomers, when they come, we always treat them like on a same level. We ask them, if we have any tournament, we always ask them, would you like to join us? You can join us, so
Great.
that you will get exact picture how the tournament feels like as a team, even if you don't get a game to play, because we
Yeah.
have competition, we have to maintain that
True.
level as well. But when you are
Yeah.
in a squad, they can watch the game, they can learn from us, and then we can work on our weaknesses and strength. So this
True.
is how we build the culture, and newcomers also feel welcome. They feel as a part of a squad, and they start performing with us. And we try to divide our roles, goals, responsibilities, so that everybody should feel that they are the part of the team, not just a player. So that's how we are doing. Other than that, we have like a friends and family days organized by our club, where we
Yeah.
barbecue together, or like if we have men's game, or like if I am playing in some game, they just my teammates come and encourage me and cheer for me. It feels like obliged, yeah, I have audience too from women's cricket. And then we discuss what we have did wrong, how we can improve. And same goes if like Neha or Kathy or any other player is playing, I always make sure if I have a time, I always go and cheer them up. So it raise your morale as well as your
Yeah.
team morale. Yeah, somebody is playing within from us, so let's go and cheer. So that's
So
how we.
that's a good point you highlighted. So it's a team game. You guys have to support each other. Like when you say that, if we are playing the club cricket, getting a number of bodies into that game is very difficult. Sometimes people have their own stuffs to do. They have a lot of other stuffs going on in their life. Sometimes you only get 11 players or hardly 10 players for a match. Sometimes that's where Bangkok Blues as a club comes up, and we go as a team, 12 people, 12 players, sometimes 16. You need to start having fun together. So
Yes.
once you start having fun together, gradually you improve the game of cricket. It brings the positive energy in the team as well, correct? Don't you feel that?
Yes, I completely agree, because we have same culture in our club. Normally, for example, if our Division One or elite team they qualified for semi-finals or or finals, we always make sure we will go there and cheer them, so that they should feel like, yeah, they have supporters. And
True.
that's I think everybody should have that in practice in regular sessions. It's not like that it's not game for us, I'm not playing. It shouldn't be like that. You will always learn from it. Even if
True.
you're not
True.
playing, you will learn at least few things from that game.
True.
That's my personal view.
Neha, I also wanted to ask you something exactly similar to that, but it's a very fortunate enough that someone else has asked this question. Let me bring that forward into the screen so that you can answer on that. My question is for Neha. Sunshine is asking. Sunshine, sunshine. I don't know whether that's the name of someone, but they are asking the question. As a student, you are studying as well, and you are working too. How do you keep up with the cricket? How you manage?
You have to keep the balance. That's really important
True.
because usually I used to be at the library like from morning to night just studying for my exams. And
Yeah.
then like you realize you have to balance it. You have to study
True.
like you have to set up some goals. And if you are taking cricket seriously, you will make time for that.
True, true, definitely. Because when I was gathering all the information about you both, I also found that you also mentioned to me that you are a henna artist,
Yeah.
you are into makeup, you are into uh, swimming. So it's very difficult to manage because once you are into makeup and henna and all these things, it gets very difficult to play a
Yeah.
game of competitive cricket. Because you are out in the sun. It's basically you drain out whole day being in the practice and all that. So how you manage that?
It depends on like the availability, the interest. I take it more as a hobby. So
Yeah,
everything is more fun for me. So like
true.
when some friends have some events, I help them out with the makeup. If
Okay.
someone has like a party to go to, they book me for the henna. So I have to schedule that. So
Oh,
it's
that's
more like
great.
okay, weekends that's for cricket, and
Oh,
then I
that's
have
great.
one weekday for training. So for traveling, like you have to book and be more precise.
Yeah, I
Great.
want to highlight one point like regarding makeup.
Okay.
I'm very
Okay.
precise. Even if we have matches, she always asks me, "Tell me half an hour before because I need to do makeup."
Oh, wow.
Sometimes we make fun within the team members, but that is what we should learn from her. That she is so much dedicated. Without makeup, no chance. I will not go in. So please give me that time, and then only I will get into
So
it.
are you saying that once before entering into the field, she has to put up a makeup and she needs 30 minutes to get ready?
Yes.
I
So
should less than
Thumbs
30,
up.
okay?
Thumbs
No,
up.
the thing
What?
is, I want to inspire other people as well that don't change your personality, don't
True.
change your interest. Like
Yeah.
you are the same person, you have the same interest. So we have a lot of things internally within the team that we joke about, that we have fun about.
True.
So
Okay.
so don't like you do sacrifice things for cricket, but
Yeah.
don't sacrifice too much either.
That's a great thing to hear that. Sorry, Gunjan, you were saying something.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but we appreciate that. Seriously,
That's,
it's not easy because we are having so much mental stress, everything while going into the match, and she
yeah.
managed. So we are learning that from you, Neha, that how to manage stress as well.
That's
That's
why
a great
it's
point.
fun.
Great point, Gunjan. You also mentioned being a captain, you need to support all of your players. So let's go back to our script, and then let me get ask another question for you guys. We are towards an ending of the questions I had before I go into the fun section and ask you rapid fire questions. So let me ask how excited you all are, and how do you think basically, sorry, this question. Before I ask this question, I'll show. I want to show you guys one video. Let me play that one. So, how excited you all are. Jonty would be the head coach of Sweden cricket. How do you think he can start assisting Sweden cricket? Any major issue he should start rectifying? Before that, are you guys scared that Jonty Rhodes is coming? He should be scared, or you guys needs to be scared about him?
I think it's a vice versa. Because he should be scared. He don't have that much teams
Yeah,
whom he has to put so much effort.
yeah,
And for us, yes, definitely because we know he is the toughest player on the field, and we need
yes.
to be like on our toes while we are like when we will meet him. We should be like answerable why we are on this bar and what we need to raise.
That's true. How about you, Neha? What do you think? Uh, how soon he can start assisting Sweden cricket? Right now, he is a part of IPL setup with the team. But do you think that he can come quickly? And as I heard that he will be moving with his family and he will be start assisting Swedish Cricket Federation. So any major issue he should start rectifying. Anything which is needed very much attention right now.
I think he is very experienced player. He has been through a lot through his years. He has been playing a lot. So he coming here, watching us from a different view, will get
Yeah.
like we take a lot from this. We'll have chance to get feedback, and then one thing that we all should be increasing is actually the fielding.
Yes.
So some people think that okay, cricket is more about bowling and batting, but fielding is also a really important role.
True.
So I
True.
do believe that he can contribute in that as well.
True. And let me tell you one very good point about the Thailand cricket, women's cricket. They are not only into the practice; they are out there in the sun, and they are working a lot on their fitness. When you have such big coaches around, and when they come and join you guys, the very first thing they start with is the fitness. So are you guys doing some fitness training before he joins? Because once he will be there, and I think you guys will be just making rounds and rounds and circles about the cricket field. What do you think?
But I think we are lucky because we already
Okay.
started our fitness training last year when we have like
Okay.
a team to
Okay.
represent Sweden in Nordics Cup.
Okay.
That time we form like we have a national team coach David and Rajan, and they really work hard with our fitness. We have a
Okay.
camp where they measured our fitness on different levels. Like they have some drills, and we have to
Yeah.
perform that. How much minimum you should like score on that bar, and we all
True.
know our results. So we were working on that, and hope we will continue after this COVID situation, because now we cannot go to the gyms, but we are doing training sessions. But definitely
True.
we need to raise our bar when Jonty will be here. Definitely.
Definitely. A very, very good tweet he did. So I would just like to play the video again, and I will like all of us to see the tweet what he mentioned about joining Sweden Cricket Board. I am really excited to relocate to Sweden with my family and work together with the Swedish cricket community. This opportunity has come at a perfect time, and I'm grateful to be able to invest my energy in a completely new environment. So he's totally enthusiastic about joining you guys as well. So it's not like it's a one-way thing. He wants to, being a international cricketer, he also wants to give something back to Swedish Cricket Federation. Do you guys feel lucky in that terms?
Yes, definitely
Yeah,
we are lucky. It's like a
Great.
dream come true when you are a cricketer and you get like Jonty Rhodes to be your coach. It's like dream come true. That's all I can say.
True,
it's a
true,
really good
definitely.
opportunity that we all should take learnings of, and
Yeah.
then we can further like teach other people that. So it's all about learning and sharing the experience.
Yes, true. I think he has joined as a head coach of Sweden national team, and he will soon start working with you all in junior cricket as well as high performance and growth prospects. So I think that would be great to have him, and he will definitely come to you guys and will start picking up exactly what things is missing in Sweden cricket, and he will gradually improve your cricket as well. Okay, that's a great point. Let's go back to next question of ours. Do you have cricket in a government school curriculum or in a private school, or not present in either? I would like to tell you that this question has come from Peter Woody, who was also part of Hong Kong national side, and as well he also coached Thailand men's team. So he is very much interested, and we all are very fortunate to have him in our uh, Highland cricket fraternity. So, what do you think? School curriculum or in a private school is present? Like, is Sweden Cricket Federation doing cricket promotion as well?
I work part time with that right now currently, and there's like a project going on. So we
Okay,
reached out to the community, to the government,
okay,
and talked about cricket. And then so we have different schools coming and visiting us, and
okay.
that's where we get to coach them and teach them about cricket. And we have had really good response and results with that. So
That's
five
great
years
to hear that.
we've
Great to
been
hear
working.
that the federation is doing something, and they are bringing a cricket to the grassroots level. Correct? Because
Yeah,
once it starts from the grassroots level, definitely it's going to it's a good promotion for the game, and it can become a very much influential sports in the country. What
yeah,
you
and
want to say? Yeah,
it's about general knowledge as well. Like you need to know about different sports. Maybe not
yeah.
only about cricket. It's about different sports. You need to know what's existing, what's happening in the world.
True,
So
true.
it's important to know.
Gunjan, anything you would like to add up here?
Yeah, I think it should be part of curriculum. That's what I think. Like we had
Yeah.
in India, at least we are aware what sports we have in our country. And as cricket is emerging as a like a vital game in Sweden, so I think if there is any chance to highlight this point, I will say that it should be a part of curriculum. That's all I know because I am not dealing with that area. Currently, Neha is
Okay.
doing, and for
Okay.
me, it's like a biggest hurdle because to have such like advertisement or something, you should know Swedish, and I am lacking that currently. I am just at the basic level. So most
But that
probably, yeah,
that I think that shouldn't be a bar, because if the government, if the cricket federation wants to have a cricket in the curriculum, I guess one of the Swedish guy will always be there to assist you guys, and you guys can go ahead and explain them what this is. The same thing we have just seen this in Thailand cricket fraternity as well. As they have debuted in the World Cup, they have been to the government schools and the different private schools talking about cricket. The captain himself
that we
went
already
over
have. Yeah, we already have. In fact, some of our club members, like Carl from men's,
there. Mhm.
he's doing the same. We have Aritra, he's doing the same. But I'm talking about me. Like I'm having a hurdle with Swedish, so I hesitate because I
Okay,
want to communicate something, and it shouldn't be portrayed in a wrong way. So that's
true,
what
true, true.
even I want to contribute. Currently, I'm
Okay,
just doing women's for the women's who are in my team, but I want to explore more, like in
yeah,
kids, youngsters, and for that I'm lacking currently this language thing, but definitely I
true.
will overcome in the coming years and I will try to contribute something from my end.
Great, great thing to add here, Gunjan. Aditra, are you talking about Aditra, who also played under 19 for Sweden?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
And he is doing so much other stuff rather than just like playing under 19. He
okay,
come to our coaching sessions, and he's a very good wicket keeper in our club, and
wow.
he most of the time work play for the elite team or like our main men's team, and he is supporting youngsters also, so he's doing a lot of things, so we should
Okay,
all
that
learn from him.
I'll definitely talk to you offline on this as well, because I would be very happy to get junior cricketers as well in the show, because it's very good to hear the points from a junior cricket level, how they feel about cricket. So I'll definitely talk to you about that in future.
Yeah,
Before we go to next question, about the fun section, let me ask you a very normal and the last question of ours. Question to both: what's your future plans?
yeah, would you like to start?
For me, it's like to keep playing, to keep helping other people to join, to spread this awareness about cricket, and to
Okay.
develop like within the team, personally. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, great. How about you, Gunjan?
Yeah, what I would like to do, like, I want to continue this journey because I know there are many players who are looking forward to me. Because
Yeah,
I know when I was traveling first time to play against Gothenburg team, and they are
yeah,
so excited, and they feel so good when they came to know that I play with men's, and when they play with me, they are excited and they give example of me to their kids. So it's like a great pleasure to have such examples. So I want my players to reach at least up to that bar so that we can get engaged more youngsters, and we
yes.
should be examples. Currently, we are doing the same. Like we don't have any support in last 3 years when we would like to
Okay,
play like against Finland or Norway from Swedish
okay,
Federation, and that's the basic reason because they told us you are not having proper squads. Like we should have
okay,
minimum 8 teams before having any national team, and we agree that's like in the
okay,
rules. So our club supported us, and we approached them individually on club level to Finland, and we win there, and then we go to Norway, we win there, and then we convince Swedish Federation again that now we are like going to different countries and we are winning. Can you please help us and support us? And after those wins, we found out that there are other cities who also have girls team. Like Gothenburg is the biggest example. They don't have
wow,
young players, but they are having so
okay,
many Indian players. They are like not not that energetic, but they are really working hard. I have seen their raised bar, like before they cannot even do a proper arm. And last tournament, they are like better than us, I must say, in some of
wow,
the departments. So they are really working hard. Same with like Malmo. We don't have any
okay,
team since last year. So Now we are getting more and more teams, and that's just because we are advertising and channelizing ourselves as ambassadors, and we should always mark that level. Because if we are not doing that, then everybody will think, okay, now, like, it's same like film stars. If you are keep doing work, people will praise you, and once you are out forever. So
True.
for me,
That's true.
yeah, so for me it's like you should always have initiative. You should always take initiative to encourage youngsters and give them opportunity, give them like more chances, so that they can learn from you. And that's what I just want to do. What I have learned, I just want to deliver to the next generations. And that is what's my future plan. I will play till my body allows me, and after that I will try to coach and help youngsters and like that, because cricket is in my blood. I cannot
Yeah.
live without cricket. So that's what I was
True.
thinking, that I will deliver it to the next generations.
It's all about the passion about the cricket which actually drives you till you last, correct? Because
Exactly.
even though we have seen a very normal example we have in front of us, Benedict. Here also in Thailand we have cricketers whose age are like 60s, they're touching 60s in different clubs, but they are still coming on the field. They're trying, they're fighting, and they want to win, and they want to continue playing cricket. That's all it
And
is.
not mention, if you're talking about age, we have one player, Tony. He
Yeah.
plays in my team, with men's team, and he's like 65, and he's a
Wow.
top order batsman, and he's performing like youngsters. So this
Wow.
is how you look forward to your like senior players, that they are
Okay.
setting examples for you, and then you don't have any excuses why you can't do that. So yeah, I completely agree with you. Age is just
Great.
like a number.
Number.
Yeah.
True. Great answers, both of you. Let's go back to our fun section where we will have a rapid fire questions for you guys. Are you guys ready to take on these questions?
We have no choice.
Chalo.
Yeah,
Okay. Don't be nervous on this. It's very normal questions. Okay. Let me ask. Gunjan, would you be able to take the questions first?
yeah, sure.
Okay. If you have to choose one professional, if you have to choose one professional life, your IT professional life or a cricketer, what do you choose?
Cricket, definitely.
Okay, great. One
Yeah,
complaint that your teammates have about you?
that maybe I'm more expressive when I am like furious or in anger. If something doesn't go well for myself,
Okay.
especially for myself, I always start complaining for myself, and that I should overcome.
Okay, understand. Complaining nature. What's your favorite holiday destination?
For me, India always.
Okay, great. If you eat one food, only one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Maybe aloo paratha and avocado sandwich.
Wow, great. If you have to play cricket with which weather condition you will prefer, Indian or Swedish?
Definitely Swedish.
Swedish
Summer,
condition?
Swedish summertime. Yeah,
Great. Who
because
inspire you
India.
more? Sorry, yeah. Please go on.
I'm just mentioning the temperature in India is really very hot, and in
Yeah,
Sweden, summertime is the best time.
true. Who inspire you more in cricket field?
If men's or women's,
Anyone who inspire you in your
basically,
life?
yeah, yeah. Who inspire me in my life? Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely my family, my husband, and my teammates.
great. One part of cricket training routine which you don't like?
Warm up sessions.
Oh, that's too mandatory as well. It's very much needed.
Yes.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Mm, three words. Okay. Cricket loving and
Okay,
family oriented and Bollywood music.
great. Biggest addiction in your life?
Cricket, I must say.
Okay. Best thing about being a cricketer?
Left hand bowler.
Best thing about the cricket, left arm bowler. True.
Yes.
We all
Because you
love
get advantage with
lefty
your
batsmen
left
and lefty
arm.
bowlers.
Yeah.
Do you swing as well?
Yes, I swing the ball.
Great. Thanks, Gunjan, for answering all the rapid fire questions. Neha, Gunjan has already raised the bar. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Okay, the first question: which men international cricketer you want to go on a date with?
Oh, difficult question.
So many.
So many?
I'm just thinking
Difficult question.
so many in her head.
Yeah,
Any
only that
anyone?
one thing. calculative.
Okay, fine, no problem. Because I couldn't able to ask this question to Gunjan, because
Yeah.
she's already married. Otherwise, I would have asked this. Okay, how are fast bowlers cooler than the spin bowler? Because you are a fast bowler yourself as well.
Could you repeat the question?
How are the fast bowlers much
Yeah.
more cooler than the spin bowlers?
Oh, I don't know.
So, like you are a fast bowler, how
Yeah.
would be like you find yourself more cooler than the spin bowlers, or it's
More
okay,
difficult.
it's okay.
No, different. Because you could see that when you're playing against, she knows when I play against her. Like
Yeah,
she's really good against fast bowlers.
yeah,
And then when I come like medium fast or something, I do that on purpose to her, and
yeah.
then it creates difficulties. I would say everyone have their own like speciality,
True.
so nothing is cooler than the other. It looks cooler when you do it, but the
Yeah.
result is really different.
Okay. If you are an emoji, which one would that be?
Uh, the smiling one. This is
Smiling
for
one. I
that's for
was,
Benedict.
yeah, I was about to hear that same answer because we already heard from Benedict. You're
Yeah.
always smiling when you bowl as well. Okay.
Yeah.
One complaint that your teammates have about you.
One what?
Complaint. One complaint. What your teammates have about you.
That
What does they complain about you?
I'm not so expressive. I should
Okay.
appeal more for my
Yeah.
outs,
Yeah.
and I should be as expressive, and I should share much.
Great. One complaint that your teammates has is because you are not being as expressive. I understand.
Yeah.
What's comfort food for you? What is the comfort food for you? Which one? Which food you like?
Or anything my dad cooks.
Wow, that's great. Great to hear that. One cricketer whose retirement you fear. You don't want him or her to retire from cricketing fraternity.
For like overall, or
Yeah, overall in international cricket.
I think Mohammad Ahmed is really good.
Great, great. No,
So he
definitely.
should
We
do
all
some
we all love his bowling.
260.
Yeah, great. Better cricketer? That's a very, very, very good question for you. I hope you answer this. Better cricketer, Babar Azam or Virat Kohli?
Oh, that's difficult. That's difficult.
Good
That's
question.
difficult.
Because you have to see, yeah, you have to see on their stats, and you have to see their performance. Like it's always switching.
Who do you like more? It's okay. Like, who is a better cricketer? Leave it apart. Who do you like more when they play cricket? Virat Kohli or Babar Azam?
Yeah, I would say Babar Alam.
Great. I
But
understand
Virat
that because he's a
Kohli is
very
also
technical
really good.
batsman. Yeah. One thing right on top of your bucket list, what you want to do right now? One thing.
I'm doing one of the things, which is traveling.
Okay.
So I would
Where
stick with
exactly?
that. Like we do travel to different countries when we're playing, because you never got time, as I
Correct.
said, with the study and work. Like you can't prior that. But now it's
Correct.
like have to be in the prior, so you kind of
Yeah.
forcing yourself to do it.
True. Understand. Okay. The next question for you, because you are into makeup and everything. If you could swap life, you can swap life with one celebrity. Who do you want to swap life with?
That's really difficult.
Any celebrity? Any Bollywood, Hollywood, or from Pakistan or from Sweden? Problem.
She's so
That's
happy with
a
her.
great answer. Sorry, Gunjan, you were saying anything.
And she's so happy by herself.
Yeah.
Me, myself. Good.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for answering all the questions. Let's take some questions from our viewers. There are a couple of questions. Very quickly, we'll take them. As a cricketer, do you have any wish or record you want to make in women's cricket? Both of you? Any record you want to make in women's cricket?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward for that as I'm a opening bowler. So I want to
Yeah,
have a hat trick in an international match where I can
great.
represent Poland. Yeah.
That's a great answer. Hat trick would be definitely would be add up in your resume as a cricketer. Correct. Anything for you, Neha? What you would like to break any records? Anything?
Anything that goes out of my comfort zone. I was about to say about the hat trick, but more catches, I would say.
Okay, that's a great
And
answer.
experience more with the bowling.
Yeah, definitely. You want to intimidate all the batters, correct? You
Yeah.
want to be a bowler who can take wickets at the will. Okay, great
Yeah.
one. How difficult is to survive from your failures and come back stronger? We all, as a cricketer, we have survived our failures, correct? So how difficult it is, and how can you come back stronger?
The thing is, when you do come back, you really do come back stronger. And I have like one example for that. In the
Okay.
beginning, when I started the bowling, like I did the bowling, but I didn't have the arm.
Okay.
It didn't rotate like correctly. And then
Mhm.
as a beginner, when you don't have the confidence, when you're just starting and you hear that from the opposite team that you can't play in this match because you don't
Yeah.
have a proper arm. So that's
Great.
one drawback for you. But after that, I got so much support from our captain, from our teammates and coaches, and everyone was like, that doesn't matter. You still, that's something you can overcome. And
Yeah.
now I am one of the main bowlers in my team. So that's really good. So it's a message to everyone. Like if you feel like you can't do anything, you just
Yeah.
have to keep doing it. Like it's about
True.
proving yourself and not proving someone else.
True. Definitely. Great answer. How about you, Gunjan?
Yeah, it's I think it's same for everyone. Never give up attitude should be there, because
Yeah.
once if you start feeling within yourself you cannot do it, then definitely you cannot do it. You should always
Yeah.
convince yourself, why cannot I do it? I should do it. And you should find out the ways how you can do that. And I think we are lucky because normally when we play we don't observe ourselves. We are having so
Yeah.
many other things in our head, and we just
Yeah.
forgot. We win, we forgot what mistakes we have done.
True.
But even
True.
if we lose, then also we don't get want to get back and think about that negative things. But when you have audience or coaches who can give you
Yeah.
feedback, then you can
Yeah.
work on your weaknesses. And that's what is plus point for us for the last 1 year. Like we were traveling to Malmo where we have a
Yeah.
tournament, and
Yeah.
unfortunately I couldn't perform. My team was expecting to me perform in the finals, but I couldn't. Then my coach
Okay.
just came to me and we talked together and we tried to work on my weaknesses, what was the point which I was lacking. And
Yeah.
definitely I'm gonna improve on that and we are working on that. So yes, overcome, if you want to overcome your mistakes, you have to practice hard and should
True.
find out the ways how to achieve that. And I'm lucky that we have like our coaches and teammates which are helping us out to remove it. Yeah.
Oh, that's great thing. You definitely need support staff who are backing you, because once you have a failure, it gets very difficult to come out from that zone and be as the same cricketer what you were before the failure. So sometimes we that's why the support staff comes into the picture. That they are there. They understand exactly where we are right now, standing in the cricketing terms, and they always help us to get our all the errors rectified. So that's a great thing you mentioned about the support staff as well. They are very 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 useful in that terms. On that note, I would like to say thanks a lot for coming on the show. It was great to host you both actually. Do you want to say something? How did you like it, and how was it?
Definitely. And Irfan, thank you so much for reaching out because we need such more motivations and like more talks so that people are aware how cricket is growing in Sweden. And I
Correct.
would like to thank you and especially the Norway team who approached me and they asked for this. And then
Yeah.
you asked that you want to have it for young cricketers and with Benedict. So it's been
Yeah.
pleasure with you and thank you so much.
Pleasure is all mine. It's like hosting you both. It was very very fantastic, and I loved every bit of it. Neha, would you like to say add up something?
Yeah, just same from here. Thank you so much for putting all the effort, reaching out to us, and
Thank
then
you.
giving us the comfort and inviting us here. So it
Great.
was a great experience.
Same. Pleasure is all mine. And guys, thanks so much and all the best. Take care and do well in your cricketing matches whenever you have. And do visit us when you are in Thailand for a cricketing match. I am always here as a cricketing blues, as well as the Bangkok Blues Cricket Club family is always there for you guys. And my family is always welcoming you. Thanks
Yeah,
for joining today.
same for you because now we have Jonty Roots. Try to plan
Yeah.
something. Brilliant.
Sure, definitely, definitely. Thanks
Yeah,
so much for joining, both of you. Thank you. Have a great night.
same here.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
too. Bye.
Bye. So both of them today we had Gunjan and Neha from Sweden Cricket Fraternity. They both are uh, national women's team, part of a national women's team setup, and now they have Jonty Rhodes as a part of Sweden cricket, and I hope they improve their cricket and they make up the mark in the world cricket fraternity. And for all of you guys who have joined, I would like to extend my thanks. Thanks for being patient, and thanks for being there with us for 1.5 hours. And I just would like to tell you all guys that we have a next guest soon in our chat show on Friday, 5:30 Indian time and 7 o'clock Thailand time. Snehal Pradhan, who is an ex-Indian cricketer from women's team, as well as anchor and presenter and a commentator. She will join us on Friday, 5:30 IST and 7 p.m. Thailand time. I hope you all guys get some time out and hear us speaking about it. Thanks for joining. Good night. Take care of yourself.